Jessica's? What is that? I don't know. Show me a picture of that.
Talk about a physical challenge.
God.
For real.
You can show me those Jessicas. So I can see if I can wear those Jessicas.
Thank God this is on a podcast because I'm pretty sure this is not photo appropriate.
I hope this is not edited out at all. Okay, the Jessicas are going to go on my story in 3, 2, 1.
But hey guys, we're here with Drop the Diss.
Yeah, we need
It's
an
nice to be able
intern,
to say that now. Drop the Diss with Chris and David here.
Drop the diss.
Yep.
Hashtag and no hashtag.
Yeah. Now, officially no more Drop Disgusta.
So we need to talk about Nancy
Powell. She is our presenting sponsor for 2020, and she's doing awesome things downtown.
Every week, every month, presenting sponsor.
Yeah.
Nancy is incredible.
And she actually has a tip for us. Is it a tip or is it a...
So this week, she wanted to prepare us for 2020 by talking about what Augusta real estate was like in 2019.
Right.
So check this out.
She's actually here with us right now.
She knows what she's talking about. Take it away, Nancy.
So the 2019 Augusta real estate market has really actually been the beneficiary of several positive factors. We have a stable economy, of course, historically low, wonderful interest rates, job security, and affordability of the housing here. And with all that combined, and despite nearly 7 years of consecutive appreciation, the median home values are still incredibly affordable. So that's a good plus for this area, and it makes the market very fluid. However, that increases the issue of demand and the supply and demand, and there's more buyers than there are available homes to sell. So it's definitely a seller's market coming out in 2019 and going into 2020. Over 2019, the median home value for Augusta was $155,400. The 1-year appreciation rate, meaning the rate at which the value of your home grew in a year, is at 5.3%, which is amazing. Investors are really starting to come into the area and find this area very attractive, and being able to realize more than 100% of return on investment on their houses that they purchase, whether they flip or rent out or whatever, they're able to realize that. So I'd say 2019 was a wonderful year for the real estate market here in Augusta, and I think 2020 is going to be a phenomenal year. I think it's going to set records, and I think that only growth and a booming economy will happen, especially in the real estate market, and real estate will be and is always your best investment.
All right. Thank you, Nancy. You can reach her at, her email is nancy@opentoclose.team.
Nancy@opentoclose.team. I just bought a house with her. If you have to buy or sell, I'd recommend you do the same.
Did you really just buy a house?
No, I really did. That's not a lie. I did that. Yeah, I did that.
Like, Jesus.
It actually.
They sell us.
No, yeah, right.
God,
But-
I'm f***ing sold.
I'm excited for it. This edit.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's not a lie.
That's funny.
We're here today with a lot of things going on.
Yes.
We just did an introduction with Mr. Walter from Ubora.
Yep.
He let us try so much crazy stuff. So please take a listen. We're going to put that whole interview at the end.
We are in this beautiful building right
We're
now.
in it.
We're in the Partridge
We're in
Inn.
it.
We're in the cigar bar. I
2
don't know
weeks
if
in
you
a
can
row.
actually smoke in here,
2
but
weeks
it's
in a row.
called the cigar bar.
Well, there's no cloth furniture, which makes me think at least
Leather.
maybe.
Leather is cloth, right? No.
No.
I don't know.
No.
It's animal. It's
Stripe.
hot.
I mean, is it real leather or is this pleather? Do we really
Probably
need to break down
pleather.
into
Are we
it?
putting
I don't
money
know,
on
it's
it? Because
Partridge
my
Inn.
money's on pleather.
So y'all can hear there's a lot of people in the building.
There's so many people in this
And
room.
we're so excited for this episode to finally start. Where should we start?
Well, we got Zach McCabe behind the bar right
Yep,
now in the
with all
Cigar
equal
Room,
parts.
with at all equal parts. He's making us our beginning cocktail for this episode. We're going to be trying 2 cocktails throughout the episode.
Please be snacking on all this. I can't be the only one eating it.
Chris is
I
Chris
didn't
is going to
know.
gain 50 pounds in 15 minutes here.
But are you going to be hearing this through the emotional microphone right
Hey.
in front of me?
You're farther enough. You're
This
far enough
4 wing
away.
3 sitting right here.
So Zach, what's the first drink you're making for us?
So the first drink is called the Daisy Chain. It's going to be at the menu at the new restaurant Pineapple Ink when they open. This is going to be a tequila drink. It's going to be a little bit spicy.
A tequila drink?
Tequila, yeah.
What is wrong with you, sir?
Well, I think, Laura, you said you enjoyed tequila.
I do
You said
enjoy
you-
tequila, but we are all supposed to be able to go home. this evening.
I can walk home from here, actually.
Oh, we can't. So
So it's tequila that has a little bit of aquavit in it, if you ever had that. It's kind of, well, you'll find out.
You'll find out.
So it's similar to like a margarita, but it's a little bit
spicier.
Different.
A little bit different. It's
Different.
not super spicy.
But this is a drink that we can find at the new restaurant.
Yeah.
Correct.
So this is one of the
Pineapple
Pineapple Ink Tavern preview drinks.
It is.
And the description that you've given us is tequila and a surprise.
And spice.
It's a touch of spice.
Is there a date
This-
when the restaurant is?
We don't have a date. We
No
don't
date.
have a date. They do want it as soon as possible to be open, but we
Yeah.
don't have a date yet.
Yeah.
Which is cool because that segues into we actually got to meet the guys that are opening Pineapple
Andre.
Ink Tavern, and they're pretty cool guys, and we're pretty excited about the vision.
Yes, very excited.
Chris is chugging water over here,
Yeah.
trying to offset the
Trying to pee
calories.
out everything I just ate.
So, without any further ado,
Yeah.
let's officially introduce our guest. So today we're here with a laughing voice.
Yes, here I am. I am Laura Fulmer of Laura Fulmer Photography.
We're super excited to have you, and
I'm
you have
super
no idea
excited
why.
To be here.
I
And
have no idea
I
why.
have no idea why I was asked to be on this podcast. So here we are.
So we're gonna try to figure it out together.
Yes.
So Laura, tell us your story. So you are of Laura Fulmer Photography, which,
Yes.
by the way, to have a business that you work for that's named after yourself, it's
pretty incredible.
It's
I
pretty
mean-
awesome.
It's over a decade in the making.
So
There you go.
okay, that is a very good segue into where we're going right now, which
All right.
is so tell us a little bit about your relationship with the city of Augusta.
So my family and I moved here in 2009. So we have now lived here for 11 years, which is the longest I have lived anywhere in my
Wow.
life. I am a military brat. Shout out to those who are listening and who understand that lifestyle. It's wild. And so I constantly feel every 2 to 3 years like I need to move. So every 2 to 3 years since 2009, I'm like, all right, time to move, time to go. But and the cocktails are here, so sorry I'm distracted, everyone.
No, it's fine.
No, keep
That's the
going, keep
beautiful
going.
thing
My
about this.
eyes are looking at this beautiful drink.
You can
Um,
take a sip if you want.
I would love to take a sip. Thanks. And so the name of this one again is the Daisy Chain.
The Daisy Chain,
Okay.
and it's a tequila surprise.
What's the story behind the name?
So margarita means daisy in Spanish,
Oh,
and this is a split base between aquavit and tequila, chained together. Daisy chain.
oh, I like that.
It's delicious.
Thanks.
Yes.
Do you just leave the lime on it, or can you squeeze it in there?
It's
As you
like
like.
look at it. You
The-
don't want to touch
I-
it.
Yeah,
Look at
there's
the
art on it. There's
Look at the
art on
and the
it.
shavings on that.
See, the thing that I don't like about this is that I don't like to drink a tequila drink and like the flavor, because that means that I don't like to drink tequila as a lifestyle decision more so than anything else. But this is
Explain
fantastic.
that. Let's get to the root of that.
I
Is it
think
lifestyle
it's
decision?
delicious.
I think it's.
Do you know how some
fantastic.
people
Try
say?
this.
Do you know how different stuff? People say that different kinds of alcohol like makes them different ways, like aggressive and
Is
stuff
this
like
salt
that.
Oh,
Have
yeah,
you
yeah,
never
yeah.
heard that?
Yeah, no,
so,
I have.
so tequila is my
Salt.
aggression
Makes
drink.
you angry.
It's my
All
not
right,
angry,
don't pass the
just
drink.
aggressive. But this is aggressively good.
Yeah, it is.
It's super good.
So
It's
I
gotta get
can't.
tang too. I don't taste the spice.
No, there's no. It's more of a beach
the
drink in my
surprise,
opinion.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The spice is just little bit on the background.
Okay. Do you spray it with the perfume mister?
No, just some.
Okay. He's done that. It's
What?
incredible.
For the
Walter,
perfume?
come try this.
Yeah.
If
I
you
know, I'm trying to pass this. to
Oh, you're
Keaton.
getting your
I'm
own?
edging it.
That's good.
Keaton taste this.
That's even better. This is fantastic.
Okay, so you've lived in Augusta
Sorry.
for 10 years.
Yes.
And this is the
This is the
longest
longest.
time you've ever stayed in one place.
In one place. Yeah. So for a while, it kind of drove me crazy.
Yeah.
When we first moved here, I'll be honest, my husband was military at the time. So the duty stations were between Germany and here. And so when I found out we got Augusta, Georgia, I'm sorry, Augusta, I was a little bummed because I really wanted to go to Europe. I lived there for about 6 years of my childhood. So I didn't really give Augusta a fair chance when I first moved here.
So what was your first impression since you already kind of had this? No, I want to hear it.
Everybody gives their first impression.
All right.
It's okay.
I mean, I'm a worldly girl.
Right.
I've lived all over the place. I've traveled
I
all
like
over the
that.
place. I am. I mean, and not just to travel to live, but to travel to experience.
That's
and so,
reason number one. You're here.
'cause
You've been everywhere.
been everywhere. I mean, I have.
Yeah.
So it was hard. It was a little frustrating. And my husband's actually, he stems from Aiken or hails
Okay.
from Aiken. So knowing kind of we were going back to his hometown, I was like, seriously? You know, we could have gone anywhere in the world and we're going back home.
Yeah.
So I was pretty upset. And honestly, the first 2 to 3 years we were here, I didn't get out much.
Mhm.
I was told, like many people are told, and I'm here today to squash that rumor, like, don't go downtown. Downtown's scary. I mean, and living all over the world, and I basically live downtown now. She can attest to this. I mean, I live in Evans, but I'm always downtown almost every day of the week, and there is nothing scary about
Right.
downtown at all.
Well,
so-
any place can be scary at 2 a.m.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
just be aware of your surroundings,
Right.
everyone.
Right.
Take a look around,
Yeah.
carry some mace in your pocket. But, I mean, our neighborhood can be scary.
I wish y'all could see Zach right now. Zach does do a good job.
That's picking up a
Please
lot.
keep that. ASMR, everyone.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That'll be a
anywhere.
separate series
Yeah.
we do.
But anywhere can be scary at 2 a.m., not
That's-
just
yeah.
downtown.
No, exactly.
So, but yeah, so I got picked up by the CVB, Augusta Convention and Visitors Bureau, 2016, to do some commercial work, which was my first time embarking on that. I was generally at that point just a wedding and portrait photographer.
Okay.
And CVB took a chance on a lowly little girl. They were like, they asked to see what RFP and look at my work.
What
And
is RFP?
You tell me. Come on, Keaton.
Request
Keaton.
for proposal.
Okay.
I've been like
Circle it
three,
saying what do you
like the
charge,
past 3 years I've
yeah.
been doing those and I still don't understand the acronym, but she can.
So your rate, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
gotcha.
that. And I mean, they told me that they were taking a chance on me because I had not done commercial work specifically up until that point. And started doing commercial work, and that really helped me embrace downtown and Augusta more because it put me in businesses and restaurants and all that.
Oh yeah, you guys should.
Heard
get
I mean,
that.
we're distracted by the drinks. It's fine. I'll take it. I'm not even going to argue. That's yours.
You can have the rest of
Ladies
this.
and
Okay.
gentlemen, I love a good drink.
It's good.
I
It's
figured
really
I was
good.
doing everybody a favor because I can walk home and y'all can't.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Shout out to Uber. Let's go ahead and can y'all plug them or not really?
Ah,
Heck
Is it a
yeah.
sponsor?
you,
Who
you
cares?
can plug them.
We
All
can
right,
plug
Uber,
them.
we love you. So
Super great.
Yeah. First round, Zach. Fantastic. Thank you.
There's salt on the rim. I didn't say that before.
Eh.
It's actually pink salt.
Ooh, like Himalayan.
It is.
Ooh.
Himalayan pink
it's
salt.
in the
Nice.
snake diet, snake juice diet.
Half
Snake
half salted,
juice
half
diet.
unsalted.
Don't even-
Okay.
Don't plug it.
Okay.
Don't look it up. But you're drinking that gallon of water, and I immediately was like,
Okay, so you got picked up by the CVB.
yes.
I promise
Convention
you,
and
he does a
Visitors
good
Bureau.
job
That
at
kind of
editing.
changed everything,
Yeah.
really. I mean,
That's good.
I had already explored Augusta. I mean, Keaton and I used to ride around with our children in the back seat of our cars and exploring, just looking around, looking for a cool spot to shoot. And it wasn't really until I got picked up by the CBB that I got to know the people behind the scenes, the people behind the restaurants, the bars, the businesses, the shops, things like that. And it changed
So you were here for like
forever.
6 years before the CVB, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, hired you.
Yeah.
So you said the longest you'd been somewhere before that was like 3 years.
2 to 3 years.
So
yeah.
what, even because that 6-year mark is where you kind of like note that you started being involved. What kept you here for that first 6 years?
Family.
Really?
I mean,
Okay.
we were here. My husband got out of the military and then found a job here that
Okay.
kept us here. And my business, because I had my clientele established here and along kind of the East Coast. So this was a good base because I've done weddings in Charleston, Savannah, Charlotte, DC.
Okay.
So this was a good kind of central mark because Keaton and I, not only are we best friends and she worked for the CVB, but we also tag team weddings together.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So you're doing weddings for 6 years, get
Yeah.
picked up by CVB, Augusta and Company.
Which was like a whole new ballpark that I wasn't sure I was prepared for, but I just kind of dive into things head first. Like, all right.
Bucket. Okay. So tell me this, because something that I think is really cool is the fact that you were talking about, and this is kind of towards your business, and it's not 100% on topic, but I thought it was interesting. You were talking about you have clientele all the way up in like DC, and that was just for the weddings. How big is your business now that you've been working with the CVB?
I mean, it's really expanded itself. Westaboo has picked me up. Shout out to my babes there because I love you. Christy Gilson.
Christy Gilson, friend of the show.
They know. I show up all the time, even when it's not even necessarily for Westaboo. I'm like, hey guys, can I come work in the back real quick? Like, can I come hang out with you guys, eat your snacks, cry or whatever? So I'm always there, and God knows I love art, even if I don't necessarily always get it. I don't know, working for them has broadened my mind and horizons completely to art and what they bring in and what Westview, as you guys know, brings to the city.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
That we wouldn't necessarily get. And I remember my first Westview experience was before I even worked for them. It was when Johnny Swim was here, and look at them now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Did they have the Ferris wheel in year one? Or when did that happen?
I wasn't here for year one. In the year that Johnny Swim came, because I always talk about this to Christy, she wasn't the CEO, executive director yet. She wasn't that yet. So, but yeah, at that point, I think that was like 2008. Or no, I was here 2009. So 2010 or 11, that was here.
Is it getting stronger as you get to
I
the
know. Yeah,
No,
be
it's
careful.
actually getting weaker, and that's what I'm worried about.
The emotions.
Getting used to it. Getting
I'm
used
like
to
about to
tequila.
start calling people and making some plans after
Please.
this.
God, can we have that segment? What do you call it when you start drinking tequila?
Yeah.
Right. That's a different podcast too, I think.
Yeah.
That's not an
Part
edited
two.
Call
podcast.
us.
No,
We're here
there's
for
no
that.
editing.
We're here to encourage like all the bad decisions. Just do it.
Well, we can't have you guys here anymore.
No, you're
All right,
done.
well, it's been really great. Thanks.
It's
for the
been
drink.
nice
Take,
having
take
you.
the muffins.
Please
See you
take-
guys
please
later.
take them all.
I can't have that. It's too many carbs. I had that. one
OMG,
night.
she said no and I couldn't.
You're drinking a gallon of water, for God's sake. You're fine.
Actually, I already finished a gallon.
Yeah,
This
this
is more
his
gallon.
second gallon.
This is
Come
more
on.
water.
Yeah.
I'm weird.
So flipping back.
I'm sorry, staying on task.
No, it's okay. So you moved to Augusta in 2010, is that right?
2009.
2009. So you've
Mm-hmm.
been here for going on 11 years this year. Do you and you and your husband still live here? You said, is he retired now?
Yeah, I guess it's considered retired. I mean, he was only in it for so long.
Okay.
And then he went. Y'all. I was a military brat. I should know the answers to this.
Is he in the reserve?
Yes.
Okay.
There
Okay.
we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
He went reserve.
Yeah.
And so you guys have since stayed here.
Yes.
So going from the person you were in Columbia County,
Who is she?
not ever going downtown, not wanting to be here, only having to be here, and now your husband is in the reserves. You don't have to be here. You have your own business here.
Mm-hmm.
How has the city kind of changed in your mind over the last 10 years for you?
The growth is, I mean, incredible. Just from when we started, or when technically I started working for the CVB, because I was brought on to photograph to help with marketing and tourism, to help bring people in and show that we're more than just the masters.
So were you brought in before Benish took over?
Was that? Yes, that's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Pre-Benish.
Pre-Benish.
No,
which we
wow.
love. Shout out to Benish.
Dennis Brown.
We love you. Yeah,
So,
it was pre-Benish.
Actually, Benish is a friend of the show. Can
Mhm.
you quantify what he has done in the CVB?
She can.
Not in this show.
But you worked.
In this show.
Okay, everybody. Keaton Thurman is on this show. Thank you. And you worked directly under him. I mean, way more contact with Benish than I ever had because she was my art director. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I would
Okay.
see him, but you worked for him. So,
Yeah, I mean, I think coming from Tacoma, Benish really gave a fresh set of eyes, was able to see the growth and take something that maybe someone who's been here 20 plus years is not able to see as much and extract that. And just he comes in with such a fresh, positive vibe. Kudos to him. I love everything he's done so far. He's a great guy. And
He's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to record that soundbite and put it in like his bio or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. That was perfect. That it encompassed everything about him.
yeah.
I see why you brought her. Okay,
Yeah.
I
Right.
see why you brought her.
Yeah. For many, support.
If you're ever at a loss for words, just turn to the right.
And Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of interrupted my own question there.
Sure.
So your impression of the city, so it's gotten a lot bigger.
Yeah, I mean, constantly I feel, especially in the last couple of years, there's just something new on each corner. A new
Yeah.
business is popping up here and there. I mean, shout out to Vance's Bakery Bar. I'm waiting on you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Come on. They helped with my LLS run last year.
Awesome.
They gave us some free cupcakes just to
And that stands for
the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. I ran for Women of the
That's
Year.
right. That's right.
A shout out to those who are doing that currently and praying for you guys on that journey.
Is it a long journey?
It's a very long journey.
Very
a
long
10-week
journey.
long journey.
Holy moly.
But for a great cause.
Yeah.
A lot of work, but a great cause. And I mean, and that brought me also closer to the community because my drive with that was specifically kind of focused on downtown
Yeah.
and the folks
Mhm.
here.
So I have a question.
Yes.
What is your go-to restaurant? Like when you're not even, it doesn't matter what the occasion is. Just where do you know that you're always going to enjoy the meal?
Nacho Mamas.
Boom.
wow.
Hands down.
Wow.
And also Hey
school.
Stan and margaritas because he knows how to make the best guacamole, even though he says he doesn't like it, and margaritas. So Nacho Mamas, and it's my
Nacho.
family's too. Whenever I bring my kids downtown, that's
That's
always
awesome.
what they ask for.
And that's one of the older ones.
Yeah.
That's been
One
here
of the
forever.
oldest, the
yeah.
oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That
mean,
came right after Soul Bar.
Yeah.
Shout out Coco.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. I need to listen to that one.
That was a
I love
fun one.
Coco. But I mean, it's so easy to anywhere I eat is always downtown. I don't do any chains anymore, and neither do my kids, neither do my
Right.
family. We don't. But Nacho Mamas is always number one.
I will say the only chain that I can say that I go to is
About to judge you.
Chick-fil-A.
And that's fine.
That's the only chain.
That's the Lord's
Literally,
chicken.
it is. It's
And I've
blessed.
still never tried the Popeyes. Has anyone in this room
I have.
had
Oh, it's delicious.
It's
It's
good.
delicious.
It is a
Nobody's
Can we
good.
saying
call
better.
it?
Hold on.
Can Uber
Hold on.
Eats deliver us
Hold
like
on.
a Chick-fil-A? And
I will say this: it is good if you're craving a chicken sandwich on Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Popeyes.
Well,
But other
Popeyes.
than that,
Other
Chick-fil-A.
than that, Chick-fil-A for me.
I
For
have
me.
one stat to throw in.
Oh.
We'll end it at this. At the national championship game in college, each restaurant sponsored one of the teams. Chick-fil-A sponsored Clemson, and Popeye sponsored LSU. So
Well, that makes
no
sense.
matter what your opinion is, LSU is the national champion.
I mean, that makes sense.
I don't know.
Louisiana is gonna.
Popeyes is the national championship, but let's move on. They're not paying us. So we wanna go ahead and now talk about what you've been doing in Augusta and your business. But before we do that, we have another couple of businesses that we need to talk about.
And we have another cocktail.
we have another cocktail
Yikes.
that hopefully I won't
Yikes.
love as much as this one.
Yes.
Um,
So
No pressure.
no
Not at all.
pressure.
we are actually we need to talk about
Savannah River Brewing
yeah,
Company.
Yeah, that was a fun one. But
That was
no,
a fun one.
they've got some events coming up, and in February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, right?
Ugh.
Right.
Okay, just making sure.
Based on
And,
that reaction, yes.
Okay, and they are having a Valentine's dinner that night, and Caterworks is not sponsoring, is catering that
Catering.
event. And if you've never had Caterworks catering,
This man is stumbling.
It's-
I'm drinking
I'm
the
not even
tequila.
drinking.
No more cocktails.
It's
Cut
the
them off.
granola. It's the what's in this granola?
It's pumpkin spice.
What kind of spice is
It's
it?
Pumpkin
Probably-
spice gets you too loose. Cut her out.
Oh yeah, geez.
That's why he was talking down on the PSG.
Yeah. So, and then the next day, February 15th, is their 3rd birthday. So they've been open almost 3 years, and they're going to be celebrating it. It's going to be an awesome time.
Come celebrate with them. We'll be there.
And we will be wearing kilts.
One of us might be wearing kilts. The
It's-
other one of
it's
us, I can
Highlands.
guarantee, is not
It's
wearing
Highlands
a kilt.
themed.
All of our ownership will be there in kilts.
Walter
Boom.
will be wearing a kilt.
All
If
right.
you've never met Walter, come see him in a kilt.
If Walter's wearing a kilt, we're going.
Kilts make great first
I'll make it
impressions.
even better. I'll embarrass some people. I'll come in my kilt and my Jessica 6-inch heel.
All right, so
Zach, you have a cocktail for us
Yeah,
that you'd
so
like to talk about.
thank you.
Nice transition.
We
It's really good.
Seamless.
Super
we-
professional.
Seamless.
we plugged our sponsors. We're back for round 2, but before round 2 starts, we've got Zach here to explain these cocktails, which are beautiful, and I could not tell you what was in them if I had to.
I see a
So,
lemon garnish.
Zach, give us an explanation, please.
So this drink's called What's the Point? Point spelled with an E.
Oh
Oh.
So this, I like to challenge you guys every once in a while with something that's a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Like that zombie variation
Oh,
on,
that was
on
good.
Halloween.
Like
That
cracking an egg in my drink.
a
What?
full
Oh,
egg.
that was
A full
incredible.
egg.
That flip I did for you. Yeah. So this
Yeah.
is that drink today. This is it's a little bit bitter.
There's an egg in this, Zach?
There's no egg.
Okay.
But it's gonna be like a boozy kind of you call it a Negroni variation, but there's tequila in it as well.
Thank you.
Tequila, a little bit of Jamaican rum.
You
and-
came in today and you look like you had a little bit of a rough day. And that's cool. And now with all of this,
Ash.
with
I know,
all
I'm
this,
super offended
now
for
with all
you.
this tequila that you're serving us, I know that you had a rough day because I know that you
was
just
a
need some
conscious decision.
tequila.
Laura said that she liked tequila. so
Amen.
I got the
did.
tequila out. So this is gonna be boozy, but it should be relatively sweet with some bitterness.
You know I like boozy.
It's gonna be a little juicy too, weirdly.
Juicy.
So go ahead and give it a try. See what you think.
Okay.
And
first
what's
of
this
all-
called one more time?
What's the point?
What's the point?
With an E
With an E.
on every word.
Please note the decoration on the rim of the glass.
Yeah, do we have enough pictures of this? Because I'm going to chug it in a second.
You should taste it.
He's
first.
having one of
Yeah,
those
in a
kind of
second
days.
after I
that he
taste
just
it.
chug this.
That's why I
He
picked
lives
this
close.
place. That's why I picked this place.
How long did your lip need to sit on it?
Enough,
I
enough,
just wanted to know. It
enough
was
for
on there.
enough for my professional headshot to happen.
Yikes.
Oh, that's good.
Extremely,
Right,
extremely
right.
dangerous drink.
Yes.
Right.
Ooh.
That is good.
This is beautiful, Zach.
It kind of tastes.
Thank you
and
for challenging us.
It kind of tastes like tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of a tea. It's bitter. It's got the bitter
Like
of it.
tea.
Whose tea are you drinking?
If I had to name this, I would name it.
Grandma's like cough syrup tea.
Don't you talk about my
Whoa,
grandma like
whoa,
that.
Whoa.
I'm talking about my grandma, okay?
Oh, that's fine.
So the bitterness is from an Amaro called Amaro Nonino, and that's I think that's what you're tasting, Chris. It's a little
Okay.
bit like a bitter orange kind
Yeah.
of flavor.
Yeah.
If I had to name this, I would call it a tequila drink.
Tequila. Okay, that's funny.
Where's my drum set?
Not here.
Not here.
Not here. I'll edit in the sound effects in the after.
Yeah, there you
No
go.
Southern tea comfort.
Ooh.
Wow.
Walter out here with the.
With the
I've been name topped, guys.
Walter's about to show up in a
That wouldn't
kilt.
be the first time. Hey,
Is the kilt here? Is the kilt? The Jessica's are here.
in the car.
Bring 'em out.
No, unfortunately.
No.
If
That's
they were here,
good.
you'd hear me stomping around. The back.
That is very good.
Bringing you guys up
Walter, I
This
need
is
more
very-
espresso for these drinks. I didn't know.
comfort zone a
This
little
is
bit.
very unique.
Yeah.
It is
Thank
very
you.
good. Thank you.
And speaking of unique, let's move back to
hold
our
on.
very
Hold on.
unique
Can we
guest.
find this drink on your Insta?
I don't know.
It
If
is.
it's
Oh,
It's on your
crap.
Insta, and it's called What's the Point?
What's the point? It posted
Okay.
With an E.
on, like middle of December.
Okay, so you can go find this drink. Both
Yeah.
drinks are found on your Instagram.
Well, the recipe for the pineapple ink drink is
That's
not on
right.
Instagram.
That's right.
Of course.
They've requested that I don't give that recipe out.
Which is fair.
Yes.
So I'm not doing that.
So the recipe for the tequila.
Is
So
that
what's the point is on my page.
Did you say tequila?
The tequila.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
He's turning the mic away from me.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy them.
Thank you.
Thank you, Zach.
Cheers
No,
to
thank
you,
you.
Zach.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to Zach.
Sancha.
Cheers.
All right. Now, I'm going to use my same transition and edit the other one out.
Skills.
Speaking of unique things,
Unique, spell with an E.
with an E.
That's my middle name.
There you go.
So, Laura, you run your own photography business in Augusta.
I do.
I want you to take an opportunity right now to kind of plug yourself and talk about some of your favorite projects that you've been able to be involved with.
This is the hardest, and she can attest to this. This is the hardest thing, is to sell myself.
It's because you're humble.
I mean, come
Yeah.
on, can we
Humble
cue
brag,
can we
fun.
cue Kendrick Lamar right
Is it-
now?
is it-
That's what I'm saying.
This
That's
is where
what
you're
I'm
gonna
saying.
edit.
Is it
There
humble
you go.
to call yourself humble?
Probably not.
I don't think it
I
is.
did.
You
I said
you
it.
did it.
I
You did
said
it. I
it.
didn't have to.
Okay,
Say
I have to ask you.
Yes.
So, because I follow you
Give
on
me other.
Instagram.
Yeah. Okay. Give me
So
other
I follow you on
questions.
More
Instagram.
pointed, more specific.
God,
Okay.
something else. Moving
That's good.
on.
Moving on.
Pointed with an E.
Anyways, I follow you on Instagram.
All right,
My
I'm
wife.
sorry.
My wife started following you.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
And
It's wild.
so we've been following that, and you go everywhere.
Yes.
It's not you just go and create awesome, different worlds and take pictures.
Yeah.
Why you? Why do you get selected to go to those? And who? You're just some girl from Augusta, Georgia. You know
I
what I'm
am.
saying? And then you get to do these awesome things and make awesome things happen and come to life. And that's one main reason why I wanted you to be on the show, because you're coming from Augusta, Georgia, and you're being sent everywhere to do. I mean, you're doing weddings up in D.C.
Yeah.
or in Savannah, and you've got some good talent, and that's why you're here.
In Italy,
Italy.
Paula Trish. I'll see you in May.
So,
you go.
Yeah.
so I asked you one of the coolest things you've done, and you didn't mention that you went to Italy.
I haven't gone there yet. I'm going
Okay.
to the Amalfi Coast in May. And then shout out to Trish, who I met on a bachelorette party
That's
this
the best way to
past
do it.
summer.
Okay.
I wasn't even a bridesmaid. I was just asked because
You were just there.
They knew I was going to bring the party. All
there
right.
you go.
So hey, ladies out there, if you need somebody who's going to like keep things lit and wild, just go ahead and call me. We don't have to know each other.
That could be a business.
It could
Hire
be-
a fun bridesmaid.
A fun bridesmaid.
Hype-
It's a good business.
hype-
I need that.
A hype
Hype.
horn.
Yeah.
I am her.
There you go.
Yeah, I just have to get through my like Enneagram 4.
Do you want to
pull her
get
up.
lit?
Then
Call
call
me.
Laura.
Call Laura.
No, I mean Italy's coming. I guess I could tout myself as an international photographer for weddings, but because of the CVB, because of Westabu, I was also found by a couple nonprofit organizations. One in specific is 28 Bold, and they do drilling for water in Africa. So I have been to Africa now twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. South Africa and Madagascar as of recent. So.
Is Madagascar anything like the movie?
Are
I've
the
never-
And when I mean
I've
it,
never
I mean
seen the
Pixar.
movie. I've
or
never
DreamWorks.
Seen it.
What?
I've never seen it. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Did they not make you watch it as prep?
I don't
for
have
the-
kids and I've seen it,
Let
okay?
me. True story. When we were all getting ready, the team was getting ready to go to Madagascar. It took me a minute to realize that Madagascar is in fact an island. I didn't realize it was connected, or it wasn't connected. Y'all, I'm sorry. Geography wasn't my major. English and language literature lit. Come on, shout out Keaton. You're that major too. That's what my BA is in, not geography. But that's the furthest I've ever been in this world.
Where'd you go to college?
USC.
USC Columbia?
Go Gamecocks.
Wow.
Yeah, my husband's a Clemson fan.
I'm sorry.
So it's whatever. Stop. It's a great school. They were voted number 1.
Y'all do the sandstorm pretty well
We
every
do.
year.
Okay, first of all, USC was voted number 1 for first year college experience
Oh.
in the nation. So you guys, if you
I'd
want
love to hear the definition of that.
number 1, I can tell you. But we're gonna have to go ahead and stop the segment now.
There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Noted. Moving on. She went to
But that was
USC
like
Columbia.
18 years ago. I'm old.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. I am. You're shaking your head. I'm older than you, Keaton. I'm older than you. So anyway,
you do professional photography.
I do.
And do you have other people that work with you as well?
Keaton, we do weddings together. Some
Okay.
of the commercial shoots that I'm brought on, if I need an assistant to help with lighting or
Okay.
help with art direction, because I do a lot of, not just with CBB and Westabu now, certain restaurants are now pulling me to do their marketing.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Finch and Fifth, what's up? I love you guys.
I've actually never been there. And
Really?
Hold on.
In
And
the
it's
show.
no.
Stop it now.
I've been waiting.
Pump the brakes. I gotta walk out. Sorry, guys.
It's because is it just charcuterie boards?
No.
Faulkner, call him right now.
Call me, please. Please
No,
call
it
me.
is not. It is not just charcuterie boards. So they are actually introducing a whole new menu. I mean, they're known for their dinner and Sunday brunch, but they're really trying to bring in the lunchtime crowd.
Okay.
And so that's actually why I've been brought in as of recent to showcase that. So if you follow them on Instagram at Finch and Fifth, I believe, You can see.
It's a safe guess.
It's a
If
safe
you
guess.
type it in, you'll
Safe.
probably find it.
Yeah. Okay, and they're also known for their cocktails. And I'm sorry, y'all asked me what I love about Augusta. My go-to restaurant is Nacho Mama's, but my go-to restaurant or bar for a old fashioned.
Okay.
Old fashioned, because that is my go-to drink anywhere
Nice,
I
me
go.
too.
Yes, I love
Swear to
bourbon.
God.
I love
An
bourbon.
unspoken but important question.
Yeah, that
But
is
you
it.
have to get the big ice cube though. You can't just get crushed
okay,
up
then
ice.
you need to go to Finch and Fifth tonight and get the
Mm.
tomahawk and
Mm.
tell them I sent you.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
good.
Immediately. That
Okay.
is my favorite. I have had old fashions everywhere, and respect to Augusta and everybody that does it well. Finch and Fifth is my favorite, hands down.
Okay, duly noted.
Yes.
I'm gonna text my wife and say I'll be
Tell
late
her.
home. Late to
It's
home.
not
I'll be
just
late
your
home.
food.
I'll be
Yeah.
late home.
It is not just
That's
your
the
food.
Tequila. What's the point?
I'll be late home. I've
I'm
been
sorry.
drinking
Laura
tequila.
said go get that tomahawk. We'll go get the tomahawk from here.
So
Uber.
So as someone that's been working in Augusta
Yes.
for 10 years,
Yes.
you have your own business.
Yes.
You've been working with a lot of business owners in Augusta. So I feel like you kind of know a little bit about the business
A
community.
little bit.
So what kind of advice would you give to somebody who's just coming to the city and wants to get into let's say photography?
Every question we've asked, she's looked like she didn't know how to answer. Ends up
And then she
answering
answers
it really
it.
well.
Right.
This one's not going to be it.
She's underselling herself on purpose,
It's not
guys.
going to be it. This one is going to be the
Well, what
hardest one.
advice
You're
would
gonna
you
have to
give
edit
us?
this one. Keaton can chime in more for that. You know more about the businesses and
It seems like something that you've been doing in the last few years that has really helped you out has been building relationships.
yes, 100%.
And have you found Augusta business owners and people, have you found this like a conducive environment for, let's say, you having this photography company, going out and building relationships?
I mean, it's absolutely important to get to know, especially doing photography and working with this client. I can't just walk into something blind and then shoot it. You know,
Mhm.
you want to know who you're working with and talk with them. I know that with each business, we all have built a relationship with them and getting to know what exactly they're looking for and what they're trying to market. I mean, essentially my job is to showcase to the viewer that they want to be there.
Okay.
Okay, that drink looks good, that meal looks good, that experience looks good, and they thereby like implant themselves into that moment. And so that's what my job has been. But I guess to backpedal a little bit, I mean, I just, with each relationship, whether it's a business or a wedding client or a portrait client, the relationship is first before the photos, because I can't do your pictures well if I don't know you at all. So,
That was a fantastic answer.
I mean, was it my
You-
cheeks
it was
are
sat
red?
here-
No.
You sat here and
cheeks are
acted
red.
like that
It's
was going to
the
be
tequila.
Let me
terrible.
drink my drink. It's the
Yeah.
tequila. Okay, and also what's conducive, let's get a drink
Yeah.
beforehand. I used to say, and we said
Oh.
this too, I used to say, let's go get a coffee.
Yeah.
Let's go meet
Well-
at Starbucks. Or, well, then Eubora and our local haunts
Mhm.
became
Yeah.
a staple. But then it's also now become, let's go get a drink and get to know each other versus
Exactly.
just putting some shit down on paper and taking a check. I can't do that
Yeah.
anymore. If we don't vibe well, I'm not going to do it, and I'll refer you to somebody else.
Wow.
Are we vibing well?
I don't know.
She's
She's too far away. I can't. Yes, we do. Okay, yeah,
Yep.
we're not
Not
huggers.
tonight.
We're not huggers, but sometimes, especially after like tequilas, we get to be that point. So
And I'll say something too. This could totally be cut because I'm not part of this.
you are
podcast.
f***ing part of it.
But
you
I will
are
say
get part of
what
it.
is important about relationships though is you truly enjoy everything that you're shooting and that shows through, and it's gonna make someone
shit.
say, "Hey, I probably enjoy that too," because she's really enjoying it and it shines through all of her
Yeah.
work. So it's really important.
And you guys, if you're gonna hire me, you just gotta be prepared to get really wild
Yeah.
or lit.
That's awesome.
I had a client yesterday actually that told me, you know, that they had worked with the previous photographer and it went okay, but they had said, you know, you're really wild. You're kind of lit. Like you make this. I'm sorry. It's just who I am. It's not going to be stagnant at all. And especially if you're like, let's go get a shot before we take pictures. Okay.
So on that note, do you have any cool photography stories, like any cool photo shoot stories?
Can we pause that and think for a second? Because we have a lot.
Yeah.
We have a lot.
Can't talk about my bride's
We
fight.
can talk about your bride's fight. This is why Keaton is here. Keaton has had the wildest weddings.
They cannot go on this podcast.
It might. I mean, names withheld.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those.
It's like the it's the podcastic oath.
I'll
we won't
say it.
use names.
I'll
say
say
it.
it.
Yeah.
I'll say just like we'll be a little discreet about it. Keaton and I was assisting her at one of her weddings, and we're setting out the sparklers. Everybody knows it's one of the best exits you get.
Sure.
It is. I mean, you can do bubbles, you can do lightsabers, you can do glow sticks, what have
Well,
you.
I mean, I wouldn't put lightsabers and sparklers in the same group. But
We
that's just
had one
me.
wedding that did sparklers and rice, and it was just we were just waiting on somebody to catch on fire. But anyway, sometimes if there's not a wedding planner, a lot of times, and
Yes.
shout out to all photographers who freaking experience this.
Yeah.
You
Or
wear all
DJs.
hats, and DJs.
Yeah.
Yes, you wear all hats because you're in charge of schedule and how things order. So anyway, Keaton and I were setting up for her sparklet exit. We're outside. We hear a glass shatter in the distance. We're like, wait, what? What's happening? We hear screaming ensue.
Oh.
So then we tear off running, and there is a fist fight in reception. You would expect maybe two gentlemen. They had too many cocktails. It's two petite little women,
Love it.
fist to fist. God knows why. But yeah, so what's the most exciting photography experience? Probably all of your weddings.
That's hilarious.
I don't know what it is about your client base, but there's something. So, was that even recording?
That was recording. That was definitely recording.
I'm
really
we said we're
excited
going
about
to stop
that.
recording. We haven't done that.
Yeah, I haven't done that even one time.
No, we're good.
I mean, I don't know. We've had a lot. It's never
Yeah.
just kind of simple. There's some kind of haunting or experience.
Have you ever
What
done
about
stuff? I'm sure you have Masters Week.
Oh wait, I did.
You
I
did.
did. Yeah, I got asked. She actually shot the Masters tournament.
And I'll just tell you this to be careful. Don't say names. 'cause
Okay,
they're-
I was about to say it. Okay, all right.
Well, we can edit it out if we
I
had
won't
to.
say
Yeah.
his name.
We're about to have to just
But
shut the
they-
whole podcast down.
Yeah,
Shut it down. Laura Fulmer. Trash.
Thank you for what you've done.
That's the intro.
Yeah.
But Laura Fulmer trash. But anyway, I was asked to shoot a specific pro golfer in the privacy of a home on the hill.
Great way to word that. Thank you.
Right, a specific pro golfer. There's like
On the hill.
500 of y'all
Yeah.
on the hill, and have since been asked back to do it again. And it's just kind of like, I mean, you get to see the intimate experience. I've been to the Masters. My grandparents had tickets for however many years they were alive, and this has been around. I'm not a golf.
You
Person.
look like you're a
Person.
golf person.
Do I?
Yeah.
Really? Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's the lips that's
I don't
attached
think-
to your jean
Don't tell me
jacket.
to
Don't
smile.
tell me to smile.
I don't think you can play at the Augusta Country Club without a jean jacket.
I actually had a boss of mine that was like, "Oh, that patch is really hilarious." I said, "It's not what it's supposed to be, mother bucket. It's not supposed to be." Anyway, but no, this job has taken me wild places. Y'all didn't ask. This was not what I envisioned my life to be. This is
Yeah.
not what I got my degree for.
What did you envision your life to be?
I thought I was going to be, I went to school for law and changed my mind end of junior year. I decided shout out and praise to all the lawyers out there doing the damn thing. But I couldn't see myself doing that. And I thought, so I've got English and criminal justice as my background. Maybe I'm going to be a detective because as a kid, I always wanted to be a spy. And
That's reasonable.
yeah, it's pretty reasonable.
It's pretty cool,
fair.
honestly.
But having my first child, Madeline, kind of changed that whole direction. Photography was always a side thing,
Okay.
I did it from
So
high
how
school
long have you been doing it?
professionally with a license since 2008. But as far as how long have I been doing it, I remember, because I thought about this before y'all brought me on the show. Like, what was the first time you really realized that you like taking a picture?
Yeah,
Hold on. What was the first time you realized
Hello, sensitive.
you
Madeline.
really wanted to take a picture?
Okay,
And-
I had
and-
this prepared. I had this prepared because I think I overthink. Come on. Amen with that, sister. Amen. I overthink.
Okay.
Amen.
In third
Amen.
grade.
She didn't say it, so I
She
said
didn't
it.
have
Right.
to use that.
I'm not
thing.
part of this podcast.
Drink that water. Yes, you are. And put that in the header. Keaton is a part of this podcast.
That will not be the name of this podcast.
In third grade, I remember there being a newspaper article when newspapers were a thing. They still are. Shout out to those.
Print is
print.
alive.
Print is alive.
Shout
Come
out
on
to
now.
print.
Shout out to print.
Not cursive, but print.
Yeah, and shout out to people still making their kids do cursive. Am I right? Because it's not.
Are you
public-
right? Are people still doing that?
Yeah, there's some teachers
private
out there
school.
still doing it.
Private
No,
school. They do that.
it's been
Walter's
public
doing
teachers
it.
in public.
I teach as many kids as I can.
Come on, take my
Do you
children.
private
Take the children.
So I
Private
write.
cursive?
Walter's in.
Like, so if you're gonna call me, like, I write my handnotes in cursive. No, seriously, like, if I have to write a note to a
He's like,
customer
I need a
or
shot.
to anyone else, like, I will write this in cursive. I will. Hey, look, you're gonna call my name, you give me some business,
Yes,
I'm gonna come over
we're
here.
gonna Cursive.
I feel like pull a chair.
Cursive is a lost.
Read the rest of it.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It is.
It's like the love and the passion
Oh,
of our
God.
I
society
need that.
Hey,
that we
Yes.
miss.
Just
You know
put
what
out
I
your
mean?
water
Like,
You were trying to get
Yeah.
this in 45 minutes. It's totally an hour now. Totally.
I
Oh,
write
it's right
cursive
here.
letters to my great aunt in Washington.
That.
I write cursive letters to my
I'll
grandmother.
let y'all pour it.
I'll let
so
you do it.
You.
It's your
I'm not.
podcast.
No,
Here, I'll do it.
Walter.
I got it.
Walter's gonna do
You're
it.
a professional at pouring.
So my grandmother gets them, and then all of our customers, anytime I package a coffee
too.
order for my customers,
He
they
just
all
is
get a
walking.
cursive-
You're
Welcome.
welcome. Here.
they all get a
1-800
cursive
Uber.
handwritten note. Every
That's
single
not the
one.
number.
I know it's not.
No, I love that. I just recently started like writing people who don't live near me.
Let me try what
so
that one
I
is
really
like.
it.
for those that can't see this, which is all of you, Walter just walked up to our recording
Walter, can you redo it?
and
really
started
quick?
pouring
Oh.
tequila
No,
in
like,
everyone's
just
drinks.
Go around to everybody's.
Oh, okay. Here.
Just
Again?
Again?
Hold on.
Time out.
Nope. Again. Ready,
Pause.
And go.
Drinking tequila for clout. That's a new level.
His is missing.
Oh, great.
Put it in the coffee.
Woo!
Yeah, tequila and
Yikes.
coffee is amazing.
That should be a quote on y'all's website.
Anyways, third grade, there was an article in the newspaper that said submit your best pet photography. And I took a picture of our golden retriever, and I thought I was just the most renowned photographer at that moment. And I think that's kind of when,
Just send me a bill.
well,
Put it on our tab.
So,
is that part of it?
no.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't
So-
have insisted.
Did you win?
No, I didn't win at all. Like, I wasn't even a finalist. But
But you're a fighter.
But
And
I
you
thought
I could
but
really
let
do
me- I mean, I
this.
still have that photo. I thought, like, this is a damn good photograph.
Can you send us that picture? Can we post it?
Yeah, you can if you want. It's
Really?
I would
You
love
have
that.
it?
Yeah,
For real? You're not lying.
I'm not lying.
I would love that.
Are you a hoarder?
Are you-
That was my next question.
No.
Chris is out here trying to fix
Do I
people.
look like that? Did I come in like the bag lady? Like,
You never know. It's a secret.
It
You've
is.
been to my
It's a
house.
secret
You've been to
addiction.
my house. Am I a hoarder? No. You've been in my closets. You've been in my drawers.
No, I have.
We do have one question that we would
Yeah, so we need
Jesus.
we need to end on one
then-
final question.
All right. What is that?
So you've listened to our old podcasts.
Yes.
So you know this last question.
You know what?
Our name is Drop the Disc.
Yes.
And we've been talking to you a lot about Augusta.
Yes.
And so we're going to put those things together right now.
Right.
And so you've been here for 10 years. You have a very unique story. You've lived in a lot of different places and you have your own business here. You've chosen to stay when you didn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
And so our question to you is, what does dropping the disc from Augusta mean to you personally?
Yes, I just, as an outsider, so to speak, because I'm not from this area, I don't get the hesitance and discrepancy and hatred towards downtown because I've never once felt any sort of animosity. I mean,
Yeah.
I live in Evans in a, so to speak, community and suburb, yet I feel more family and home
Mhm.
in any business I walk into.
Yeah.
Down here, I can walk into a restaurant, a shop, book tavern,
Oh,
Nacho
yeah.
Mamas. I mean, I'm greeted with
David Hutchinson.
Yeah,
David
Oh, he's the
Hutchinson.
bomb.
I'm greeted with hugs. Jennifer at Field Botanicals. I'm greeted
Yes.
with hugs and love. Eubora. I mean, immediately I know everybody's name, face in any business that I walk down here, and I don't even live downtown. So when I'm told, "Oh my God, why do you go downtown? It's so scary," yet it's not.
Is that, and
Yeah,
we don't need to know where, but I'm
You don't
just
have to know
curious.
where.
Is that legitimate?
It is
that
legitimate.
Is it like
I-
a snob kind of thing?
I don't know if it's a snob. I don't know if it's just kind of like, a thought that people are immediately. I don't know why it even started with downtown.
Yeah,
Why
I feel like it's almost a prejudice.
why people why people associated downtown with any sort of negativity when I've only been met with family
Yeah.
down here. And growing up as a military brat and as somebody who doesn't have a place to call home or family, that this is where I find it. And you can find me here for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I love that job of mine to embrace these friends or parents of other kids of my friends to show them like, hey, you should go downtown. You should take your
Yeah.
kids to here and here and here. And I think that like even you should do like a whole kind of episode or some kind of blog about a kid's experience downtown, because for some reason so many people are so rattled about bringing their kids down here, this is where mine are.
Yeah.
Not only just for the restaurants and the shopping, but just the experience in itself, to find the art,
Yeah.
to find
The diversity.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, God, please show it to my kids.
Thank you so much for being on. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh wait, no. Do some shout outs.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out people that have helped you gotten on this journey.
anyone.
Your kids, husband.
Keaton.
Oh, I saw this picture you posted on Instagram of your son.
Me?
Yeah, of him dressed like Trevor Lawrence.
Mm.
Oh, that was incredible.
The coolest picture I've ever seen of a kid.
Who here is a Clemson fan? Raise
No
your
one.
hand.
Not, but
No
I
one.
just thought it was really cool.
Ugh.
No one.
I'm not a Clemson fan.
I'm guessing that was your husband.
Yes.
Okay. Well, he did a good
That
job.
was nice of you to take the picture.
Yes.
That's
Shout out to my family, my husband and children, to Keaton for coming along with me, for representing formerly the CBB, who I also would love to give all of my love to for beginning this journey of my commercial photography. Wested boo 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 boo, because I love y'all so much. I know you like that.
I love that.
That extra boo. And 28 Bold also. And if nobody's familiar with it, get familiar with it. They're doing great things.
So what is that?
28 Bold is a nonprofit organization, and they are bringing clean water to Africa.
Oh, that's
And I
awesome.
have been with them twice to South Africa and Madagascar. So Kristen Barnett, she formed it on her own after a journey she made there with the church, and she saw the need for clean water. So this crazy life of commercial has brought me everywhere, as well as weddings, because Italy is next.
That's incredible.
And I may not come back from the Amalfi Coast, Trish. I love you. Thank you for bringing me. I'm trying to learn Italian every single day. I'm behind on my assignments. So thank you for bringing me on.
I'm glad y'all.
Appreciate it.
I'm glad y'all both came.
Thank you.
Yes, seriously.
And thanks to you, Bora, and for All Equal Parts for supplying the beverages, the coffee to even out the alcohol.
Does it?
And the addition alcohol that was.
Jesus
The
Christ.
additional
I'm not
alcohol.
even-
Check out some PSG at
The PSG.
Ubora and the spicy curry mango granola, which is both vegan and gluten free. It's awesome stuff.
And get downtown.
Yes.
Get downtown. Quit saying that Augusta is scary.
Come downtown.
Augusta is the most beautiful.
So, Walter, what is up at Fulmer right now? Give us a breakdown of what's up right now.
Well, I mean, there's a ton of new stuff that we're doing for just 2020 and all. Like, we're focusing on improving some of our procedures behind the bar. We just installed a brand new roaster. We're going to be having some updated blends coming in January. And then the biggest thing is that we have completely revamped our pastry line because we listened to our customers. They wanted a gluten-free option. They wanted some vegan. They wanted some variability. So we partnered with Creative Cuisine, and they brought us matching muffins and then a brand new gluten-free that I brought for samples today. Because I haven't seen you guys in a while, so I just want to bring by some samples.
Well, we
and be
have
like,
guests to have some.
You're an incredible
taste
person
all of
to
it.
this stuff. Plus, we also have a strawberry and chocolate drink two different drinks that'll be premiering for Valentine's Day.
And we did drink the Kiss
Yeah.
That work. What is it? What is it?
So the one that you guys tasted today, which I'll divulge, but this is the one that you can come try at Augusta & Co on the 25th with me, because I'll have another pop-up bar there. We're calling it the Chocolate Kiss Strawberry. And what it is we make an in-house strawberry whip, and we put that on top of our
Which is
doppio.
delicious.
And then we drizzle it with chocolate. So if you want like the taste of one chocolate dipped strawberry, then that's what you get.
The latte that these ladies are going to be drinking.
Now I'm not going to tell you that one, but it does have chocolate and strawberry, and it is for Valentine's Day. So that's
Okay.
their surprise. You guys will have to come to the cafe. February 1st is when we launch our Valentine's Day drinks.
Okay.
So after you get a preview at Augusta & Co with our espresso-based one on the 25th, and then when you come to the cafe, February 1 is when both of those drinks for Valentine's Day will be launched. And that will be all month of February or until supplies last.
Sweet. Well, thank you, Walter.
Thank you for
It's
checking
been a pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm glad you came and started the Ubora cold brew
Yeah.
start.
Thank you for this disgustingly
so
beautiful feast that you put in
real
front
quick.
of us.
Oh, yeah.
We also have, not only did we redo our muffins, but now we have vegan and gluten-free spicy mango curry granola. So if you're not wanting something heavy, you're wanting something more healthy, we have that. You can also
we just
have
tried
it.
that. It's pretty
very,
freaking
it's not
flavorful.
spicy, but it is good.
It has a nice tang on the back
Yeah.
end. You can have it with milk as a cereal in the morning, and then we also have a pumpkin spice sweet one. But
That's
for
really good.
the muffins you guys got, so the one I want to talk about first is
Go
the gluten-free. So this is a triple berry gluten-free muffin. It looks just like all the normal muffins. It tastes amazing. And it also has a toasted coconut sprinkle on top. So we now have that at our cafe. So if you are gluten intolerant or have celiacs, we have an option for you, and we make sure all of our equipment stays gluten-free. Then we upgraded the lemon cranberry muffin. So not only is it lemon cranberry, but it has a lemon drizzle as well as lemon zest on it. And it's
You're
all
selfish
fresh.
monster, Chris.
The reason why we partner with Creative Cuisine is none of this is frozen. It's all fresh ingredients. And if it's not fresh, they're freeze dried so that they don't make the muffin heavy or dense,
Mhm.
so that it's perfectly distributed. We updated the blueberry muffin, which is so much better. It has just a light sugar toasting on top without any of the
Everything
extra.
else, like it's all over on
Oh,
my
I'm
side.
gonna
Yeah.
eat more.
Oh,
I'm
don't
gonna
let him eat all
more.
of
I'm
it.
waiting
Okay.
for our guests to see if they would like any, but
And then we have our banana nut muffin that's been recreated with fresh bananas and freshly toasted nuts. So we want to make sure that we're providing the best of what local Augusta has to offer, which is through Creative Cuisine, and make sure that we're providing high quality ingredients as well as alternatives. Because everybody's like, you don't have vegan free, you don't have gluten. Well, now we do. It's
There you
here.
go.
yeah, you do.
And now we got
And this
Valentine's
one's
Day.
both.
Yeah,
I see-
absolutely.
I see the spicy
So
curry is
the
both.
spicy curry is vegan and gluten free. So
Very
we'll
nice.
have more and more options kind of as the days roll on, because we're going to change our grab and go. That we'll have rotating sliced loaf cake that'll come through for us in the next couple months.
We'll have to have you back on when you get back.
Oh yeah, I'm
Don't
gonna bring
look
by
at-
the samples. Like I love seeing you guys, and we always have a
Hooking
good
it
time
up.
when we chat. So I'll stop by when you have recordings, and I'll bring the next sample and some of the items that we have with us. But I want to know what your guests think, because I want to make sure
Yeah.
that everybody's enjoying all the
Awesome.
items. So
Okay.
Well,
let's
thank
get
you
them
for
in here and
stopping by.
knock
Heck
on
yeah.
these.
Walter, nice to meet you.
Walter, what's this?
So that is
These are for y'all to try now before we eat.
All
them.
right.
So this is the lemon cranberry.
All right.
Feel free
Freeze-dried cranberries with a lemon drizzle and lemon zest on top.
And you said this all comes out in February?
No, these are live.
Those
now.
are
Live
live.
now.
Yeah.
All right.
We are not live.
Yeah.
But
So we don't usually do this kind of stuff, but this is like kind of a treat that we're getting
ASMR
right
of
now.
us eating into the
oh
microphone.
my gosh.
Shout out to all those ASMR fans.
No, so we had talked about doing ASMR with like our grinders.
Okay, you were also talking about coffee.
Oh yeah.
Where's
no,
it
these,
at?
So this
Right
is
here.
Open it up first and look
Okay.
at the beautiful color.
I didn't even realize y'all hadn't gotten this far.
Ew. We
So
had
this is our. I'm telling you
Smells good.
guys,
Smells
but
like
we're
ice
not revealing it until February. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring by the new stuff. We haven't gotten a chance to hang out and chat. And they're like, hey, we're recording. I was like, cool, I'll bring by all the new stuff.
awesome.
We can get a chance to try it.
Well, Walter, before you go, I want you to tell us your favorite thing that happened over the holidays, because you were doing a lot of stuff and we didn't see you.
What was my favorite thing? When I'm not like working at the cafe or making recipes or working on my passion, which is coffee, like I'm just boring at home. Like I just, no, seriously, my husband and I, we just kind of had a quiet Christmas at the house. We made a really small meal and just kind of hung out. And I actually, for 2 days, was like off my phone, just enjoying existing for a few minutes, you know? So I think that was my highlight, because we'd been geobatched for a while.
Actually doing It's hard.
That's a goal. That's a goal.
It's
honestly.
really hard to do, especially when you have a job and then you have your passion, which is your business that you're trying to launch and get running off the ground, and then you have other things like you're trying to do economic development downtown, you're supporting other organizations, or you're supporting your favorite podcast with Drop of This. You should listen; they're amazing. I love these guys, and just all of those kind of things. Your schedule gets full, and then I also do run a nonprofit to help our service members get their qualifications. So kind of all of those things kind of like to jam pack themselves in the holidays. So it's just nice to just rest for a day.
Can't complain about that. That sounds like a dream.
Can confirm.
Well,
It
Walter,
is a
I
dream.
can't. We
Thank
can't
you.
have you back soon enough. As long as you keep bringing us amazing food and
You're good for
amazing
one
coffee.
thing.
This is
yeah.
what I
No,
mean.
two
Okay,
things.
so
Two things.
fine.
The coffee is great. The coffee is
Yeah.
great.
But the food.
But the Chris is losing his mind.
Stay for the cocktails.
Yes.
Yeah, stay
Yeah.
for the cocktails. We got cocktails
I'm
coming
here for
on.
the coffee and the booze.
Right?
Yeah.
Yay!
So, and that's the
That
other
sounds
thing.
like a song.
So
Yeah.
we also partner with Second City, and they do our coffee infused vodka.
I saw that.
So go and try it. And then if you haven't tried it yet, it launched in early November. We have the beacons are lit down at Savannah River Brewing, which
Very
is
good
our coffee in a milk stout. We just like working with everybody here in the community. There's so much going on in Augusta, and there's so many great people to partner with that we don't want to turn down any of those opportunities, which is kind of why sometimes you don't see me in the cafe, because I'm meeting as many people as I can to get collaborated for the community. So
And that's why you're here today.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, hey, have some fun, drink some coffee, hopefully like our seasonal drink, and just get it out there and get people's impressions, because we have recipes to tweak, and we want to make sure it's excellent before it goes out the door.
Excellent. Seriously, if you guys ever just turned into a muffin shop, I think you'd be a great.
You know, so we can be a muffin shop that serves coffee, or we
There
can
you
be
go.
a coffee shop that serves muffins, but there's going to be both there, so we'll
Yeah.
see it. You know?